Hi, how's it going? This is Professor Davis. We are starting in music technology, getting around on Logic Pro Audio. Logic Pro Audio is the digital audio workstation that we will be using in the class. And before we get started, I want to help some people that may not be familiar with using the Mac. First things first, if you look at this top left-hand section, it says the Finder. The Finder is basically the desktop and also finding a lot of different apps and things in the computer. If you want to know if a program is open, you might want to check here in the top left first. So let's go to my dock, which mine is on the left, but on your computer or the computers in the Music Tech Lab, they might be at the bottom more than likely. There are a few things that should be open now, and if they are, like OBS, I have open. If you can see here, there's a little dot. That means that a program over here is open and running. So there should really just be two things, this and the Finder, which is at the top. Just to let you know, sometimes you will have a program open, and just because a window is not open doesn't mean that it's not open. So now let's go to Logic Pro Audio 9, which is here, and it looks like this, and we're going to click one time. Open, and this is the screen that you're going to see, hopefully. Here's a template, a different set of templates. We want an empty project. Click, brings you to our next page, and you have a choice how many tracks you want to create and the audio or software instrument or external MIDI. For our purposes now, we're going to use a software instrument. Do not worry about the output and do not open the library. So if this is checked, uncheck it, hit create. So now we have a track, and now we are inside the arrange page. The arrange page is a page you're going to use mostly. I'm just resizing so I can see it better. Get rid of this, ignore. Okay. So I'm just trying to see this better. So now this is the arrange page. This is where we'll create our tracks. The tracks will move from left to right. On the timeline, this is bar 1 and beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. So basically we are in 4/4 time. And so let's go to a few things you would need. The inspector is here, which will open up this window on the left. If I click it, it goes away. Click it again, it comes back. This is your inspector. The inspector has MIDI information here, which you can toggle up and down. Instrument information when you do create a software instrument. And then your channel strip. The channel strip corresponds to the track that you're on here. And then this is the overall volume of your track. If you turn this up and down, you're turning down the whole track. If you turn this one down, you're only turning down the volume of instrument 1. This is pan to your left side, to the right side, or the speakers that you have. And that's all we pretty much need to know now. This will mute the track, and this will solo it and only play this track. That's pretty much it. The next thing we have is the loop selector. If we click this here, then and hit the play button, then this will play for 4 bars and then start over. The play button is down here at the bottom where the transport is, along with stop, forward, rewind, record, and pause. Go to the beginning, play from selection. Okay, so you would need a lot of these. Okay, let's skip over here to the right. Here's the metronome we would need. This turns it on and off. It'll turn blue. This will solo any section or region that you have. This will overdub or replace, and we'll talk about that later. We'll keep that off for now. But I'm going to hit play, and show you what the timeline does, or this tells you here, your vertical line tells you where you are in your song. So I'm going to hit play now and stop. So you can see after it got the bar forward, it started back over. This is a good way to start looping a section so you can work on your tracks. The tempo is down here at the bottom, 120 BPMs. We're in 4/4 time, and we have a division of 16, meaning that our division is 16th notes. I will talk about divisions and quantizing later. This shows us where we are in the song. If I hit enter again, we go back to 0 or bar 1. Let's see, what else can we talk about? The toolbar. Toolbar is up here. First thing we'll talk about is media. If we open up the media button, now we have a bin of audio files that you pull in yourself. They will populate right here. You have a loops library that Apple provides. They're Apple loops that are really good in starting tracks when you need help with ideas or things like that. You do not have to start from scratch. So we'll go through this and start playing around with these loops in a moment, but I'm still just giving you the introduction. Next is your library. Library is all of your instruments, software instruments that Logic Pro comes up with. So for an example, acoustic pianos, we can pull one of these up and it'll populate inside of Logic on instrument 1. Or if you wanted a bass sound, you have different bass sounds. If you wanted it drums, acoustic drums or ultra beat drums, which we'll talk about, keyboard synthesizers, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sounds. Then the browser is the actual Mac. When you want to browse your Mac and find more sounds, you may have sounds that you downloaded online that you want to bring into this track. You would do it in this section right here. And for now, I believe that's it. This is all you probably would need to know. Now I'll stop this video, and I hope this helps, and then we will have a part 2 where we'll talk about a few more pages that you may need and how to start populating your project and building a project from scratch. See you all later.